Hey, this is the Fight Nerd here at the New York Black Belt Center in Whitestone, New York, here at Master Joe Lupo. Master Joe, how you doing today?
Everything's good.
Today we're going to be doing some gear reviews. We're going to be testing out these guys right here, the Macho Sparring Genesis Gloves. Master Joe, initial impressions on seeing these gloves?
Looking at these gloves, I'm very, very nostalgic. You know, this is old school point sparring, taekwondo, karate. But to protect the hands, to throw some nice punches, I mean, they're very easy to slip on. So my guys won't have a problem wearing these things. You know, it really won't mess up their training whatsoever.
Any safety concerns with gloves of this material and this look?
Glove, this material, to be honest with you, that I know from the past, you know, when you put on a glove like this, a lot of guys have the habit to want to open their hand. So you open your hand, you're getting hit on this side of the hand, you can still injure yourself. You know, people, I guess they forget you got to keep your hands closed at all times. You know, and when you put on something like this, somebody might just open their hand because you got no protection on this side. But then again, that goes with every piece of equipment. No, you could get hurt with whatever you wear.
Exactly, and hopefully that won't happen today, so we're going to find out in a little bit. But first, a few words from the manufacturer about what's in these gloves. The Genesis Sparring Punch Protectors by Macho follows the same basic format of standard foam dip gloves, but's been designed and optimized to perform better. Added foam on the knuckles allows for stronger punching with less impact on the body, and the ergonomic shape conforms to a naturally open hand with easy flexibility for closing a fist. Additional foam padding wraps around the wrist with a smaller hook and loop strap for more longevity. This product retails for $30 to $45 on KarateDepot.com as well as other websites. So with our fighters from the New York Black Belt Center gloved up, it was time to hit some pads and test these out.
I really like the gloves. It's a nice lightweight material. Doesn't do anything on speed, so it's very light. But also when you hit strong, you don't really feel the stress on your knuckles when you're punching.
I loved it. It was great. You know, good practice. You can't wear them in a real fight, but yeah, I really enjoyed them.
The gloves are nice. Like my master said, they're old school. They're not really used much, but they're good for boxing, a little bit of training. Because whenever you do martial arts, it's good to mix it up with kicks and punches.
From wearing this glove, I have to be honest with you, it's been around for ages. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it creates a bad habit for fighters for not keeping their hands closed. I really don't even know what the difference between this and the older version is, besides the extra padding on top, which I don't think really helps at all either.
So the wrist felt good, the fingers were well protected, and I saw no problem with it.
It fit me perfect. I mean, it needs to break in a little bit, but it's perfect. You know, give it 2-3 weeks, you know, break it in.
Like the colors, like the texture, like how the grip is. The grip is really easy to apply.
But like I said, it feels like I get a bad habit of keeping my hands open when I fight. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like it.
I really like the gloves. Really nice material. On the punching bag, it was great. Sparring, it was great. You can't really get too close to the person if they're not wearing a mouthpiece.
Yeah, as you can see, when I look here, I got punched in the mouth. Didn't really feel the damage until after I looked in the mirror. So it was a great material. If you get hit in the mouth, it's not the worst kind of pain. It's all right. It's great.
I really enjoyed the finger grips. The old school ones didn't have those, so you know, it kind of forced you to really. It gave you a good grip on the gloves. You felt like they weren't going to slip off or anything.
As you can see, like it's very easy to keep the hands open, but it's hard to get the habit of keeping it closed because there's a lot of protection on it. So obviously, I don't really even need to keep my hands closed to protect my hands. So I would like to see a version of this that really forces the fighters, you know, trainers to keep their hands closed when they practice or spar.
It's good for striking and also with keeping the blocks and stuff like that, keeping your guard up. Also, if you come in contact glove to glove, that also happens. It takes the impact evenly and you don't feel any stress on your hands and wrists and everything.
My wrist was tight. I didn't snap. It was perfect. You know, like I said, it was good for training, but for heavy duty sparring or any kind of stuff like that, I wouldn't recommend it.
They felt pretty good. I mean, it all depends on the punch and the person, but whenever someone punched me, I felt it just the same.
Those type of gloves have been around for a long time, so people obviously use them pretty much for any martial art, not just taekwondo, karate, any style. People use those gloves, so it's a great product.
No, I would not buy them for $30. I would rather fight barehanded.
Buy it for $30.
If you're into that type of training, if you want to mix it up, they're good to buy. The material's good and it feels good, and it protects your hands, so I see no problem with it.
All right, so Master Joe, we tried out the gloves today, and overall good reviews, a few mixed reviews for the most part, but at the end of the day, what did you think about these?
At the end of the day, to be honest with you, it's 2011. I really, in my school, I really wouldn't use these at all. You know, like I said, in my opinion, I think it creates bad habits. It's great for what it's used, but outdated.
So it's a little limited as far as the use today.
Very limited. I don't like them. I didn't like them when I was a kid, and I don't like them now. You know, like I said, it creates bad habits. They're outdated. You know, like I said, we do modern taekwondo here, Olympic-style taekwondo. I would rather see my guys fight barehanded, closing their hands, than put on one of these things and get kicked with their hand open. You know, I have no use for them here in my school. For people who do, you know, schools that do that traditional point sparring, semi-contact, beautiful. These are great. It does protect. You know, there is padding. Don't get me wrong. There is padding. You won't hurt your hand if you use them correctly. You know, but it's good for more traditional, semi-contact, laid-back styles. You know, whereas here, Olympic style, not for me.
Well, if you're a fan of this type of glove and you're a student of the martial art that would use these, you can pick these up from Karate Depot. Normally they're $45, but now they're actually about $30 on the website. So go to KarateDepot.com to check these gloves out. And if you want to learn more about the New York Black Belt Center in Queens, New York, head to nybbc.org. Master Joe, thanks for your time today.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. All right, so tell us about wearing the glove today.
Hi, can we start over?
Hi.